Alright, hello. Once again, we're back to AusNZ 4Key Mania Tournament 2025. And we're back once again to see another streak of matches coming out right for you. And for now, we're going to be seeing Cansole versus Nextility as our next match up. They are currently occurring now forward. I'm Mipha, and I'll be joining with Potassium. And apparently we got Epic Man coming out and joining us here. How are you guys doing?
Hello, hi. This is the first ever match I'm actually commentating in this tournament after, well, God knows how long, like 3 weeks after I made one of the qualifier maps. And then we have Potassium. He's right here next to me. What's happening?
Yeah.
What's effing the Potassium today?
Yeah, I'm just chilling out. I'm having a good time watching the matches. This is kind of like the first matches I'm commentating as well after being like unavailable last week pretty much. But I mean, I think you just got a rough time zone overall.
I think you're forgetting someone.
Yeah. No, we haven't forgotten anyone.
No, forgot anyone? No?
Only 3 commentators? My bad.
Damn. But yeah, Cansole versus Nextility. We've got another A bracket match here. Obviously, these being the winners matches, the first match both of these players are going to be playing after the qualifiers here. Cansole getting seed number 5. So very, very strong, well-rounded player getting high on all of the qualifiers, while Nextility actually scoring quite high on some of these qualifiers themselves as well. But just Cansole looking overall a bit stronger in each of them.
Yeah, I feel the thing is that both these players in their respective formats are incredibly versatile in terms of when it comes to dealing the cards that they have been dealt, essentially. Because look at it, having glossed over the qualifiers, and it does appear that they are both relatively balanced, especially in Rice. So I'll definitely expect some of the Rice maps in the map pool to be a bit of a bloodshed, whereas as for the LNs, for example, it does look as if Cansole has the upper edge in it, whereas Nextility is really just behind him for quite a bunch of the picks here.
Yeah, definitely. Nextility is also quite well known in the Quaver scene. She's been around for quite a while, and even taking number 1 and holding it for a good while, but this is an entirely different engine, so we'll get to see just how much she can perform and see if she can take anything off of Cansole. So it's going to be a really interesting thing to see.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Although I think in particular, even though we haven't seen quite a bit, especially for I guess week 2, which we haven't seen so much of a Group A, or I guess the winner bracket. I guess essentially that this is what this is. But I guess the matchup in particular, we haven't seen any of the actual matchups other than maybe qualifiers. Particularly have been playing along, so we have kind of a fresh perspective on how both of these players have been kind of just having toe-to-toe basically on every other skill sets. Because all other things they have been, on average, they have been just kind of pretty much just an all-rounder in one sense in terms of qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, hard to predict what they're going to go for. I'm going to protect Cansole protecting Rice 1, which he does. Cansole, wait, what was the first protect? Hybrid 1 being protected by Nextility is an interesting one. Hybrid 2 being banned by Cansole, so banning out the, I guess, easier to choke combo maps Cansole is, that kind of makes a lot of sense in my eyes.
Seems like a wise decision if they don't want to have any Rice picks, I guess any of the Rice patterns intermingling with the other LNs in there.
Swamp Thing banned. There's no way Swamp Thing's been banned.
No way Swamp Thing is banned.
Wait.
That has to be the first Swamp Thing ban you see. Oh my god, Nextility's picking
You're serious?
Oh my god.
Wait, that's a very bold first pick right there. SV1, and it's literally just the one qualifier from the Malaysian nationals, like, from last year. I mean,
straight into it, but
yeah,
we'll see who's practiced a bit more. I assume both of these players have actually practiced the SV, but we will see just who edges out over here. Hottie, you played this map quite a bit. You want to talk about how it works?
Yeah, it's a good map.
Oh,
It's a good map.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
love-
enough said. Enough
I
said.
heckin' love
That's
the
an amazing idea.
I mean,
So
I don't know. It could work.
The thing
Yeah,
is
sorry.
that if they leave this out in the open and they're not protecting or banning it, then they are sure as hell know that they knew they'd practice a whole bunch. Even though it doesn't look like Cansole has a lot of putting a lot of effort to it though.
Yeah, like the
definitely.
map itself, in principle, does look
We
relatively
need a system.
straightforward. It's like it basically just has like a bunch of these very specific teleport effects that are incorporated within the map, and it's basically one of those SV maps where it's just easy to learn as soon as you have the hang of it. Even if neither of the players have anything above 98% accuracy, Nextility is doing a good job being able to make it out of it with as best as they could, going off of the traumatic disaster that Cansole is going through right now.
Yeah, hitting that teleport, like the little trill, just really just goes to show that she's definitely practiced this well. Cansole probably not prepared for that. Maybe have practiced it because they do have relatively high act if this is a sight read, or maybe they've just played it a little bit.
I gotta tell you what, that it took a dozen tries for me to figure out how to time the trails, and it just really doesn't really look like that is gonna be that easy.
Nah, Mipha's saying he struggled, but he gave me that 994K replay on the same calendar day that I sent him the map, so he didn't
Exactly.
struggle much. He didn't.
Yeah, but there's that one element that I talked about to you earlier that I just can't act that.
Oh, Nextility actually
wait.
finding a lot of struggle here. This
bringing it back.
Yeah, this accuracy is closing in, but Cansole doesn't have the combo right now to really capitalize on it. It's still 16,000 points, and there's not much map left.
Oh, but it's going bad. It's going bad.
Nextility got juked out by that SV there.
Wait, wait, it's going
Oh my
down.
God,
Wait,
it's close.
it's just under.
Oh,
Wait, no, there's no way. Come on.
Oh my god.
3,000 points.
Oh my
Oh.
Closest
Okay.
SV map we've seen.
Well, Cansole
for
did get
sure.
the higher accuracy. It's just probably those early misses and not enough combo, because like the 695 combo for Nextility, well, Cansole's 379. I think that was really what made the difference here.
What sight read? Wait,
What?
hang on.
That's a
Dude,
crazy
better
sight
than-
read.
What?
That's better than my sight read.
Wait, the goat? What the hell?
What?
Huh.
Oh, bro, it's better than my sight read as well. I think mine was like, actually no, I think one of my sight reads were like around 800k, but I don't know. It's been over a year since I last played this map,
Wait,
so I don't know off the top of my head.
Cansole didn't hit the teleport trill properly. If he did like know it was coming, or at least like watch it a bit, or like memorize it, that definitely could have gone his way. But Nextility does get the first point. Also, just being Cansole's pick, he can try and tie it out, but we'll see how it goes with LN3 just immediately off the bat. This is a timing hell chart, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want to talk?
Oh, I was gonna pass the baton to Potassium or Mipha, depending on who wants to take it.
Who wants to talk about it? Go ahead.
I mean, there's been enough said that I think it's just that let the match take its place rather than we just talking around in circles with whether or
What do you
not that
mean?
the
That's
map
not-
itself is like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, fair enough. It's just like, it's just funny. Like, I swear, is this like one of the first few like actual falls that actually has like 4 commentators? Like, I swear this
I
is like
think it's
the
always
first time
either been one or
commentators
two.
going people.
I think it's always been one or
No,
two. I've never seen
I
this.
haven't seen it before. Actually, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
I have. Maybe I have a little bit. I feel like it probably could have happened at some point with like, I don't know. I'm thinking like me and SurfChew in some community tournament maybe might
I
have
mean,
happened.
I
but
guess.
Both players holding full combo, but the accuracy from Cansole is kind of insane right now. We had halfway, 99.65. I don't think we've seen act this high in a streamed match so far, so really impressive stuff from both players.
Yeah, this is what I was alluding to at the start of the stream earlier, where when it comes to Cansole having a better edge on these Ellen maps and contrarian to Nextility here, who's still doing what they can, but not entirely enough to be able to claw the score back for the time being.
Really dominant performance right here from Cansole, just maintaining this 99.65, while Nextility kind of just going further and further back in accuracy, kind of hitting a bit early and releasing a bit early on these LNs here, while Cansole just extremely consistent so far.
Really strong full combos for both players still. 17,000 points is quite a lot, but I mean, it just seems like Cansole's too comfortable. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any misses coming out here. Both players holding onto full combo means that the accuracy is what's going to matter at the end of the day here. Just a little bit of the map left.
Yeah, insanely good score from Cansole. Like, I'm so used to seeing, like, you know, low 99s, 98s on this, like in Group A and even some of Group A, but just like, what in it? Oh wait, that's a number.
Why? Of all the places you could have looked, you had to just look at.
Listen,
bro,
I can't say it. I can't say it. Anyone else want to talk about it?
4200s on this is actually kind of insane, knowing that being an all-rounder doesn't really necessarily specify that you're kind of like a one trick, but 4200 on this is actually pretty insane, all things considered.
Literally, like
crazy accuracy.
Like, yeah, Console's like accuracy and score in general in this map is looking really solid. Like, not only do you see the double funny number at the bottom, but you also have the bloody Squid Game number on the top left for when it comes to the perfects alone. So, and like that alone, I don't really think like most players can really act like these kinds of Ellen maps too well unless like they're already like a war veteran, for example. And here we go, the immediate rice free pick right after another response from Nextility here.
Oh, that's interesting. I would expect that they go for something a little bit more straightforward in this.
Yeah, I would say that consistency for more simple things is what Nextility shines in. Playing Quaver a lot, that's kind of just what you get used to, but maybe she wants to, you know, throw Cansole off a bit, but we'll see, because like the ratio is really good from the previous point from Cansole. Let's see if he can replicate it in a rice setting, but yeah, it's going to be really fun to see.
Well, early 200 there from Nextility, starting on a little bit of a back foot in terms of accuracy. Cansole on 99.83 right now, so a bit of an advantage, but should have enough time to even things out as the match progresses. Only, what, 400 points difference so far.
Yeah, this map is honestly like one of those few charts where in general it's just really hard in terms of the fact that the map is easy, but the fact that it's easy and you're pit up against someone that's just as equalized as you are and can question basically makes this all the more difficult. And that's probably where the nerve is lying on the bed of Cansole right here, going through a lot of these rice bursts in question. This is a dub tech map from the early game of Toho Cup 4th after all, so that is also a rough blunder from the side of Nextility right there.
Yeah, definitely. As the map picks up, it just keeps on going, especially the last quarter. Really just, it does not let go, as I've said many times before, but Cansole dropping, I think that was 200s, and the lead goes to Nextility, but only slight. Both players need to hold on as a high accuracy.
Oh, there it goes. Actually, given how the rolling the nature of the pattern, it's just so easy to get just misread or just like mistime it properly.
Oh my god, these accuracies are so close right now. Cansole gonna start pulling ahead a little bit, gonna recover from that earlier act drop, but not
into
by much
at all. A bit of
all.
a break section. A little bit of a break section before the final quarter of the map really goes in full swing, as he kind of extends it a bit as Nextility is just dropping a little bit. 99.71 flickers. We go back into the 4-digit range. Something magical needs to happen here, like either a lock-in or a mistake from Cansole, but it's looking a little bit less like of a possibility for Nextility to get this one.
Yeah, like, just the fact that we're going into the final 8th of this map alone, and it's still so insanely close, arguably just as close as when the map only just begun. The fact that Cansole is being able to eke it out just this late is just really insane.
Oh,
and the mishap comes out from Nextility! Oh my god!
Yeah, that seals the deal. Both holding on to really good full combo, but that unfortunate miss from Nextility kind of just made it from a really close match to, yeah, there's no chance. Insane ratio coming in from Cansole, 216 to Nextility's 351. But yeah, that miss and just a little bit less, more greats than what they would like is really tragic.
So two 200s on the break section and then one at the somewhere at the ending for Cansole.
Yeah, would have been cancelled either way because of that ratio, but yeah, it is going to be a fairly early breakpoint. 2-1 now. Cansole gets their own pick now.
Yeah, this really is a chance for Cansole to just get this breakpoint extended even further and really solidify his lead. But Nextility really needs this point here if they want any chance to get like a moral boost. But again, looking really not well as we go into Assault Taxi, our density pick of this week's map pool.
Yeah, like, in general, for what I've been seeing here, Nextility has been doing an incredible job being able to equalize the composition against Cansole here, especially on the SV map, which was incredibly volatile and just full on RNG. They are still doing what they can to try and make sure that Cansole does not have such an objective advantage as much as possible. So I would be interested to see what Nextility is going to be making do with Assault Taxi here, because this is going to be an important breakpoint to try and get back from here on.
Well, Nextility is assaulting the taxi too early here. Seems like getting in below 99s in the intro.
Amazing.
I think he got run over.
Amazing pun, guys. Cansole, it's still around the 3 digits range as both players have relatively similar accuracy. Just a couple 200s from Nextility's Nextility at the very start is hampering her a little bit, but she is clawing back quite well as both players are extremely close in accuracy, but a 200 from Nextility makes it a little bit more difficult for her to climb back and overtake this lead from Cansole.
Yeah, just a couple 200s here and there. Both players seeming to stabilize a little bit, but the releases that we're seeing, the release timing is definitely very tricky on this map compared to Conflict that was earlier. So lower accuracies overall. Cansole does drop a little bit of AC again, as Nextility is still in that 99.2 range, so only 2,000 points difference. Still a bit of an AC drop away from Nextility being able to take that lead back.
Yeah, as long as Cansole does not miss anywhere, then they should pretty much have the next half of the map knowing that it's just relatively straightforward in terms of release game, but the fact that this is just as close as some of the other maps so far is actually genuinely disconcerting.
Yeah, definitely. If Nextility doesn't win this pick, I definitely would recommend she goes for a bit more of a consistency pick. Cansole does really well in density and like slightly harder pools, so maybe going for a more consistent pick, banking on that ratio, winning it out would work. But so far, this is quite close. But Cansole, throughout the entire chart, has just been increasing his AC each and every single time. Going from like a 99.2 to a 99.5, well, Nextility's just kind of remained stagnant at this 99.22 range, which really is not looking good. And that's the end of the map, basically, unless Cansole like desperately messes up here. I don't see any reason for this not to be Cansole's point and extending the lead further.
Another double FC.
Yeah. Tell you what, I think that even with a lot of 200s, I think Nextility's ratio is not that. I mean, I guess a lot of 200s and the ratio is just pretty much what separates Cansole and Nextility's matchup at this point, because Cansole is still pretty much comfortably taking that.
Yeah, definitely. Cansole's consistency as well. I don't think I've seen Cansole miss all that much compared to Nextility. So, I mean, aside from the SV, of course. But this is a really good starting point for Cansole as we head around halfway into this match. And I do believe it's Nextility's pick here. Maybe like a Rice 2 would be like the play here, in my opinion.
I think the Hybrid 2 ban is so good from Cansole. I would love Nextility to pick Hybrid 2 here. That would be like the premium pick, but not happening, unfortunately. I feel like you kind of... I don't want to pick Rice 2 here against Cansole at all. The Rice maps remaining, other than maybe Rice 5?
No Wise? Yeah, I was thinking the No Wise might be
No Wise is possible.
Hail Mary one. Hail Mary one.
But Rice 1, Rice 2, I think is nearly unwinnable.
I think Nextility's ratio can be better at Cansole, even though we have seen Cansole be a little bit better. I still believe. Come on, guys.
It just depends on, like, I think for that one, it just boils down to Cansole just having to, like, prove that they're human by missing. I mean,
Maybe.
honestly, like, I think anything could just happen on, like, the remaining maps we have. I mean, I definitely feel like the majority of the Rice maps here are going to be incredibly risky, just going off of how Rice 3 had gone earlier, but at the same time, it was really close, so I do feel like Nextility does have a fair shot at if it...
This was the protect.
Boy.
If you remember from the very start of the match, Nextility did protect this pick.
Yeah, it was.
But we did see the fate of Assault Taxi, and these two maps are not the same, but quite similar in how they play out. So maybe this could be the lifeline for Nextility, but it could also just be match point for Cansole. Really, who knows?
Just the battle of transition between Rise and LN is kind of the point which the chart just tested out for you.
Yeah, like, I think it's basically just that both these players have just gone through enough already that they already just want, like, some kind of really fierce competition, so I think this is basically what You're the Miserable is here to offer, because this one is a little more kind of abstract in the way it interprets a lot of the patterning here in question. I mean, it's been like 3 years since I've seen this map. I remember when Deku like was first like pushing it for ranked or something. I didn't expect that it was gonna be appearing in this tournament as well, but here we are. I guess this is relatively stream-oriented, so very straightforward. Everyone has a pretty good score so far, with Cansole having just the slightest of biases in score.
Yeah, Nextility getting, I think, an early 200 and another 200 there is not the start they need, especially for an opponent like Cansole, who is, I think, still V1 double-S'ing, but it's still early days. If Nextility can just refrain from having these 200s dropping as frequently as she did on Assault Taxi, this could be a very close match, but as it stands, Cansole with near 99.65.
Oh, that's a kind of nasty transition into 200s for Cansole right there. It might actually just drop it somewhere just before the intermission to LNs right here. So hopefully, it's still like somewhat around 3 digits if you're not careful. And I think there's another 200 there for whatever reason for Cansole. It just breaks, also pseudo break section, I would say.
Cansole definitely not quite as comfortable when it comes to some of these patterns at keeping like the 200 count low. Is dropping a little bit of accuracy over time. Nextility holding this 99.55. And now's the core jack section. I don't think either of these players are going to struggle too much on the jacks themselves. This is still very comfortable BPM-wise for them.
Yeah,
well,
indeed. I mean,
not
Nextility...
until you mixed it with the LNs after the core jack.
Oh yeah, I know. The transitioning in this map is honestly brutal. And I did see Nextility kind of did just fumble on a bit on that jump troll, split troll section just before we got to the core jack meat of this course, but but it does look like... Oh, you're kidding! No!
You're kidding me. That was the last thing Nextility needed. That was like a very close match, maybe banking on Cansole getting a couple more 200s, but yeah, that really seals the deal. There isn't much left to miss on this chart. That is not good as Cansole heads into match point, 4-1 lead. Nextility needs some real heroics here if she wants any reason to stay in of this winner's bracket.
I gotta tell you what, the 200 cut is better for Nextility. Just the ratio is not kind of catching up a little bit for Cansole there.
Yeah, most
I
of those
feel like
200s
that's
for
just the thing,
Cansole in the
bro.
break section as well.
Oh yeah, I guess the 3-2 HUD
Yeah.
is on the break, which kind of explains it why the accuracy is not as high as you would hoping it to be.
Rice
Yeah, like I
one.
think. Alright, Rice One. This is the speed map. So I think generally like Nextility does like have what it takes to try and contest with Cansole. Like especially if even if not winning the perfect ratio battle, at least they can win in terms of at least how many grades they can accumulate, like basically half the time. It's just that it is kind of variable between maps because we do have points where even if Cansole does get more grades, at least they win in the ratio battle if it's like a Rice map, or at least a map that does at least have a fair share of Rice. So yeah.
Yeah, on the back foot, Nextility is here against the wall, basically. And yeah, it's going to take a lot of heroics from her, as well as Cansole missing. This consistency we've seen from Cansole this match has been nothing short of insane, as like I only think I've seen him, like aside from the SV of course, miss like once and like get like only drop like I think he dropped like what 15 200s on Assault Taxi, which is insanely good.
Good old 100% of the intro. You love to see it, and there it goes.
Right as he said it.
Good commentation. Good commentating.
I mean, it's
Nice
just bound to
curse.
happen at some point. It really just doesn't. It really doesn't change all that much, even in the intro.
Yeah, I mean the intro is like way too simple to be able to just like I don't know. It like the intro is just free act before you get into the streams or something. So I guess it would be expected that people would hold 100% there, unless somehow they're off to a rough start. Like maybe they kind of let their finger slip on the joystick, except their keeper doesn't have a joystick. What am I saying?
Wait, that's so similar in act. Wait, what?
Yeah, but we do see kind of a similar fate as in the Rice 3, where as the map goes on, Cansole kind of just retains the accuracy while Nextility kind of just starts struggling a bit and letting the axe slip. And 200 from Nextility as well to add on to it, as Cansole just being a consistency demon right now and just not letting up whatsoever.
That's still be with a bliss, is it?
Yeah, it should be. I mean,
it should be.
you'd hope it is. It's a 1 to 10 ratio at the very least for Cansole right now. So
Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
this really comfortable overall to act. Nextility, I mean, the ratio doesn't seem to be too far behind, but definitely is slipping over time, starting to get less and less precise with the hit over time.
Yeah, and this is kind of just like the Achilles heel for Nextility. It's just while she does do good very early on, it kind of just over time the lead just slips more and more, as Cansole still retaining 99.85.
Yeah, and it's one of those maps that's like just incredibly hard to control just because of how consistent a lot of these bursts are, and then you also have some of the stop and go bushes that are basically endeavored in between a lot of these streams as well, and these outbursts as well. So that's only just going to be adding into the advantage of Cansole being able to make it at least within the final 10 seconds of the map. 5,000 points next to Lee, not looking way too comfortable or confident on a lot of these patterns, and it's only just going to burn to a point where it's 3,000 points to margin. 99 free K from the side of Cansole. Going
that
with
ratio.
a
Same 200 count
ratio
again.
battle, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, Cansole
Well, this-
dropping all 3 200s at the very end of the map, but doesn't matter. Not enough accuracy being lost there.
Yeah, while the score does say 5-1, it was still a very close match. Just in terms of how they executed that consistency over time, Cansole kind of just reigned supreme over that, which is really unfortunate to see, because Nextility will be knocked into the losers bracket, where they'll have to fight for their life on the line, while Cansole will continue onto the winners bracket, where I believe he'll be facing Joki. I don't know though.
No, he should be facing Joki, not as Seed 5. Cansole versus Rain, though, is going to happen. It seems being locked
Huh.
in there. That's going to be a fire matchup. Rain has been
That's gonna be
absolutely
fire.
cooking as
Ooh.
far as the accuracy is concerned. So both players, very, very strong ACK players overall.
Definitely, and Yeah, as we see another match, Gemesis versus Blixer is also going to be an insanely good match there. Both really good at this accuracy game. And yeah, we only really have one match left in the winners bracket for week 2. Demogus versus Ruka will determine who will move on and verse... who was it again? Thank you. Crimsonite. Yeah, we'll verse Crimsonite in the week 3 pools.
Okay, we'll have a bit of a break now, though, so we'll be back in 23 minutes, 11 UTC. Wait, I'm not sure if it's going to be streamed or not. Maybe not.
Will it?
But,
maybe. Probably.
Surely we keep this commentator lineup. Surely.
Depending
it
on
will be streamed. Okay, yeah, sick. Ruka versus Demogus at 11 UTC, so make sure you tune in at 23 minutes from now for the last match of Group A, followed up by the last match of Group B happening shortly after. So we will see you very soon.
Yeah, stay tuned and take care.
Thank you all. Have a good day.